What is good with the YouTube fight fans all over the world? It's your boy, the realest of the real. Yes, sir, I said it. Real talk boxing. It is a privilege and honor and a major blessing to be back with you beautiful people yet again. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez and him talking about Terrence Bud Crawford. Some of his best wins came from injured fighters that wasn't 100%. And also stated that he would fight Terrence Crawford at 147. According to Boxing News 24/7. And an interview I saw of Teo. First off, let me say this, man. I think Teofimo Lopez is one of the most underrated, highly skilled boxers out there. Now, do I think he's saying this about Crawford because he's clout chasing? I think half of it is that. And I believe half of it is, the other half is he actually believes he can beat Terrence Bud Crawford. Now, I know Lopez is a little delusional. There's something, not quite right with Teo, but he's just underrated, man. I think he's the best 140 pounder out there. I think he beats everybody at 140 pounds. He's one of the few fighters I believe that can beat Devin Haney. And y'all gonna get mad at me when I say this, I believe that he could beat Tank Davis. I do. I think his style is horrible for Tank. Will we ever know? Hopefully, if Tank decides to step up to that elite level, I would love to see that fight. But he says, hey, man, you fought, Spence. Spence is coming back with this, eye surgery and stating that the cataract is what, was, some of the downfall to him losing against Crawford. Then the same thing with Kell Brook. Kell Brook coming off an eye injury. And he said that when he fought Jose Benavidez had a bum leg. Or a shot leg, excuse me. So, is he lying? Is there truth to it? I don't know about Jose Benavidez, but the other two, possibly. I know for a fact Kell Brook had an eye injury, you know what I'm saying? And the results would have been the same, though, with Crawford and Kell Brook. He would have won. But is there any truth to what he's saying? Possibly. But here's what I want to say. It is for clout, but I believe that Lopez feels like he could beat Terrence Bud Crawford at 147. Let's get back to my opinion about him being underrated. The dude is a fantastic fighter. And when it comes to big fights, he shows up. And he shows out. He's 100. He fell short against Cambosos. And he's had some close decisions. But his last fight, nobody thought he was going to beat Josh Taylor. Nobody. Except for me and maybe a handful of others. But I knew that Lopez was superior in that fight. And I knew he was going to win. But as far as a fight with Crawford at 47... that'll be a tough fight for you, Lopez. Now, I'm a believer in Lopez and his ability, and I feel like he has a chance in that fight. But who would I give the upper hand? Of course, Terrence Bud Crawford. But Lopez says fight fighters at their healthiest. Fight them at their health. He said, man, I'm young and I'm healthy, so fight me. And I really believe that he believes he can beat Bud Crawford. Even if it's delusional to think or not, I think he has a chance. And he's got a fight coming up against Joanne Ortiz here in February, which is going to be a tough fight. A tough fight. And they've met in the amateur, I believe, before. And I believe he's going to reign supreme in that fight. And I can tell you one thing, though. There's 140 pounder. I believe he is a champion by the name of Matias, who wants all the smoke with all the 140 pounders. So that would be, to me, another great fight for Teo once he's finished with Ortiz. Should he pass him? Should he get past him? And I think he should. Then we could talk about continuing to climb that ladder. But the fight between him and Crawford is highly unlikely. But money talks. Money does talk. But at 147, it'll be a tough climb, man. It's a tough hill to climb, man. A tough hill to swallow. Boy, you're going to have to come in perfect to do that. But my man My man Teofimo Lopez is underrated, man. He's a fantastic fighter, and once again, I believe he's the best at 140, and I believe he has what it takes to beat Tank. But as far as Crawford, majority of that is clout chasing, and, I don't even know if Crawford will even respond to it. But if you're not Canelo, Crawford's not going to respond to anything right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to be that big money fight or none. But does Teal believe? Do I believe Teal believes he can beat Crawford? Most definitely. He believes that. He believes in his ability. And he says, everybody says that's a challenge, a huge challenge. He said, the only challenge out there for me is myself. And he believes that 100%. And I already stated he is a little bit delusional. But I love Teofimo Lopez. I love what he does inside the ring. He's a heck of a fighter. He's well-rounded. There's some couple of things he needs to work on. But at 140, I think he's the king. And we'll never see that Crawford fight, but it's just my opinion on it. And he is confident enough to where he thinks he can beat Crawford. What's your opinion? Comment down below. Let your boy Real Talk know. As always, respect all, fear none. God bless. Until the next time, Real Talk Boxing, I'm up and I'm out of here. Bye, y'all.